It's about that time, Saturday afternoon, 3:30-ish, when we go inside Janet's kitchen, man. Joining us on the phone, as she does every Saturday, is Janet Davis. Janet, how you doing, man?
Hi, Keith. How are you?
Pretty good. It's a beautiful day today, isn't it?
It is so gorgeous outside. It's unbelievable.
I certainly hope you're out there enjoying it, too.
I actually just got back from the beach.
From the beach?
That's right.
Nice, man.
That's right.
So this week, you're going to be talking about Grace.
That's right. I wanted to do a company profile on GraceKennedy.
GraceKennedy.
The biggest distributor of Caribbean and ethnic food products.
Okay.
And I'm not sure a lot of people know that. So the company started back in 1922 by two gentlemen, Dr. John Grace and Fred William Kennedy, who, interestingly enough, both worked for a company called Grace Limited, which is a subsidiary of W.R. Grace in New York City.
Yeah.
So they left and formed GraceKennedy back in 1922.
Right.
And even though most of us are familiar with GraceKennedy as a food company, when it started in 1922, it was actually sort of a trading and wharf company. They do many other things, but the food part came later on.
Yeah.
So Grace Foods is a part of GraceKennedy Group.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you know, I remember growing up in Kingston, and I'm trying to remember where they were located then.
They're in Kingston on Harbor Street.
Harbor Street, okay.
Harbor Street, that's right.
Cool, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Go ahead.
So, yes, Grace Foods is a part of GraceKennedy Group, which has about 60 or so subsidiaries, other companies. So Grace Foods is a food processing and distribution company. And again, like I mentioned, it's the leading food distributor in the Caribbean.
Right.
And so they supply the Caribbean, North America, here in North America, Canada, if you've ever been to Canada, or Caribbean products are plentiful there. You can find everything there that you do here at home.
And even some things you can't find here, you'll find in Canada.
That's right, you'll find in Canada, because we have a really good, not even just Jamaican, but Jamaican and other Caribbean country population as well. It's a very diverse population in Canada. So you can find the same products, and as you said, if not more, in Canada. And they're in Europe as well.
Right.
Again, Britain is a country that's also very populated with Caribbean folks. So you can find a lot of the products there as well.
Right. And I think they've even expanded to India too, huh?
They're in India, but not as big. I guess they're just reaching into that section of the globe. But the bigger areas, the more densely provided areas are the Caribbean, North America, Canada, Europe. But again, they're reaching into other countries as well.
Right. So what's unique about Grace and what's unique about the products, and what are some of the products?
Well, their product lines span everything, and I mean everything. Jam, jellies, powdered drinks, juices, seasonings, spices, hot pepper sauces, syrups that you use to make the fruit punch, canned goods like your ackee, your callaloo, corned beef, beans, carrot juice, and they also do dairy and frozen goods as well. So they have, in terms of food products, and even meat. They span the entire spectrum. And if a lot of people, there's probably things you're not familiar with, or in general, most people think of the usual, the more popular things that we're used to. But again, they do a lot within food and outside of food as well.
Right. So they've got some new products coming out, or some new lines too, right?
They always are pushing the envelope. When I was doing my research online, they have sort of their 15-year, 20-year outlook, and they always, like most companies do, or most successful companies anyway, you always have things in the pipeline. You have to keep adding more, otherwise you stay stagnant. So they have a lot of things coming out, but even some of the brands they have now, the Caribbean Traditions, which are the spices and the tropical rhythm juices, bottled juices and things like that. Those are recent brands. Those aren't the original beans and ackee and callaloo from way back when. Those are fairly new things to the market.
Wow.
So there are always things in the pipeline. But it's a really versatile company in terms of what they do with the food. They're in banking, finance, hardware, money transfer. So it's interesting.
Yeah. I was looking at some of their new products that they're coming out with, and check this one out. Grace, what is it? Quick cook porridge.
I saw that. Yes, they do. That goes back to all the powdered things they have, too. Like, there's things that are ready-made, just like you could find the ready-made mix to make dumplings. You know, yes, I did see that as well. So there's always things in the pipeline. You know, we're really busier lives, and people want it now, and they want it fast. And we're all sort of very spoiled. You know, we've become a spoiled, nation. So you want it now, and so they have a lot of things like that that are ready packaged, and all you have to do is probably add a little water and cook. So
just so the folks know, what are some of their markets? I know they're into most patty shops and things like that, right?
Yeah, you can find Grace products even here where we are in this area of the Garden State, South Jersey. You'll go, depending on the area, and I think that's a key factor in it, depending on what township you are that has sort of a highly Caribbean population. You'll find your regular retail grocers carry a lot of Grace foods. For example, the ShopRite of Willingboro has a nice selection of Grace products. Same with the Wegmans in Mount Laurel. They have it there as well. And obviously, when you go into Philly, you go across the bridge and get into Philadelphia, there are big grocers on Walnut Street that carry everything that you can possibly think of. So you can, find it locally. And if that doesn't work as well, everything gets done online nowadays, so you can always go online and shop there, and they have a nice online shopping site. Right.
Well, it's good that you spoke about Grace this week, because, there's a lot of folks hear Grace and they think of the other Grace, not GraceKennedy specific.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Chef Janet, what's in your kitchen today?
Well, in my kitchen today, I'm going to have to snoop around and see. I think I might throw something on the grill. It's just too lovely a day to cook indoors. That'll just go to waste. I'll probably get some chicken on the grill, and I know maybe a couple pieces of steak and some corn on the cob.
All right. Well, as usual, do enough for selecting Jeremy to drop in and get here.
That's right. Come on over.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on again this week and talking about Grace.
You're very welcome.
And we'll talk again next week, Chef Janet.
Talk to you later, Keith.
All right. Have a good day now.
You too. Thank you.
That was Chef Janet Davis, folks, inside Janet's Kitchen every Saturday, right here on Z88.9, 3:30 on Sounds of the Caribbean.
Saturday night.